Are you ready to focus on slow living, creative recycling, and environmental stewardship while living the best life experience you can dream up? Want to live a life with more meaning, deeper relationships, and a whole lot more fun? If climate crisis, the state of the government, and technology-induced disconnection is creating sadness, overwhelm, and anxiety that is kicking your ass, you are in the right place. Welcome to Living an Embraceable Life, my 4-part mini-series leading you on a path to a life full of connection, creative inspiration, environmental life practices, and loads of fun. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Crispina Ffrench. Right out of art school, I built a $1 million creative textile recycling business, wrote a book to teach about it, and won international entrepreneurial and creative recycling business grants and awards. For 25 years, I've coached hundreds of people to follow their hearts and dreams to build creative lives and businesses. I initiated Eileen Fisher's Renew collection. I ate ice cream with Ben and Jerry. I meditated with Ram Dass. I danced all night with Mountain Girl and had a whole lot of fun doing all of those things. While I was compiling this course to field your questions of how I got started, what inspires me and motivates me, and how I stay creatively focused, my sweet 26-year-old son died. Ben was one of my favorite humans and had been struggling through the evaluation process for a heart-lung transplant due to his cardiomyopathy diagnosis since the age of 2. If you are interested in reading more about me and Ben, I've been blogging about it and my process at www.crispina.com/blog. Suddenly my work took a turn inward and my attention became laser focused on self-care. As I was compiling a system to process my deep grief, it dawned on me that my system also answered many of your questions. Living an Embraceable Life is a mini-series designed to both help me stay focused on a path that is intrinsic to my ability to move forward and answer your questions about how you can hop on the path to build a life full of your desires, an embraceable life. This is our 3rd video, so put on your action slacks and get ready to learn all about setting yourself up for getting motivated for success and scheduling baby steps toward your best life. You're going to love this one. We are diving in deep. But if you missed my first 2 videos in this series, I highly recommend you hit pause on this right now and go watch them first. They really are required viewing for anyone who truly wants to live an embraceable life. A life designed by you, full of all the things that light you up. I want you to get real value from this workshop, so you should go watch those videos in order. Don't worry, I'll be here waiting for you. And if you have trouble finding them, just let me know. Okay, so this video is all about setting yourself up for success with on-ramps, getting motivated to list, schedule, and then carry out daily attainable tasks. It's about reducing stress by organizing, planning, and then creating success. In the first video in this workshop, I taught you the 5 foundations of embraceable living, and I shared how I've been using these 5 daily life habits to help with all aspects of wellness, building clarity, and for processing and planning. In Module 2, we talked about how to make the time you need for focus on this work and about how to begin getting your ideas and thoughts out in order to extrapolate your life goals and identify your obstacles. Did you know that people who have written goals are 10 times more successful at achieving them than those without? So let's get those ideas down on paper. I'm all about helping you get to where you want to be, so let's just do it. Let's get those goals written out, okay? Okay, so one of the most important things that I want you to take away from today is the helpful use of on-ramps. They are little planned ahead offerings for your next day's success. Having daily successes builds momentum and keeps you motivated. So if your plan is to say like journal every day when you get in the door after work, set yourself up with a nice comfortable spot. Organize your journal, a nice pen or drawing tools, good light, and maybe a cup of relaxing tea so that when you get home, all you have to do is heat tea water and sink into that comfy place. I use on-ramps in the evening for my morning ritual, right down to placing my toothbrush, toothpaste, water glass, and washcloth right on the sink. All my clothes are out for my morning exercise routine, and On-ramps are like accountability practice. It's like the motivated part of you is so excited to have the lazy-ass part of you along for your self-care ritual that they make it as easy as possible for your lazy ass to, well, stop being lazy. One of the limiting beliefs people have shared with me is their lack of motivation and ability to stay engaged in living an embraceable life. There are two things I find to be super helpful when considering this objection to jumping onto this path. First, setting and getting really excited about achieving your goals is super important. Once you see that you can actually attain the goals you have dreamt up for years, your momentum builds. So set your life goals by dreaming big. Make them clear and detailed. If you want to travel, specify where to. If you want to write a book, what's your subject matter? If you want to make tons of money, be specific as to what you will use it for and how you will make it. Once your big goals are clear, identify one task you can do each day to inch yourself closer to your goal. Daily tasks can and should be simple. To get started, look at all the tasks that you carry out in each day and look at them as either one that supports your goal or distracts you from it. Then choose your tasks carefully, being mindful of having at least one task, one baby step each and every day that you can complete that moves you closer to your goal. The second thing that's super helpful is to pair up with an accountability partner. We touched upon this in the first video, but now it's time to put the practice to use. I have developed a way to find and work productively with the right accountability partner. You do not need to know your accountability partner well, and your connection can be online, on the phone, via video conferencing, or old school in-person meetings. To find the right match, think about anyone you know who might be striving for goals. Think about your social media contacts. Think about your kids' friends' parents, or your colleagues and your neighbors. You can even post your search for just the right match on your social media platforms and interview interested people to be sure you find the right match. Healthy accountability partnerships can last for years if both people reap equal benefits. I chat with my accountability partner once a week for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. We've been working together in this capacity for over 10 years. We structure our talks well, so we each get equal time to discuss our concerns and move our obstacles. Accountability partners listen well and respond thoughtfully. They keep you focused on your goals. They help identify and discuss obstacles. And they help identify and discuss possible next steps. Accountability partner tips for the meetings that you have, there's a few tips I put together to help those be super productive. First, formulate your own discussion topics prior to the meeting. Second, you want to establish the duration of your conversation at the outset. Ours vary depending on our schedules. And agree to divide that time into 5 equal segments and set a timer. So the first person lays out their most pressing issues, the second person responds and discussion ensues. Then the second person lays out their most pressing issues, and the first person responds with discussion. The fifth and final segment of your accountability partner meeting goes to action steps that are clarified and set in place for the next meeting. So now you have adopted the 5 foundations for living an embraceable life. You are mindful of how you spend your time. And in addition, you're building yourself on-ramps and are staying accountable and focused on your goals with an accountability partner. This is some pretty exciting stuff, you guys. You are well on your way to living an embraceable life, full of all the things that you desire in your life, and that support and bring you joy. In order to have the best life you can dream up, you do need to allow yourself time to dream, to process, and to move forward on your path. I'm really excited to be offering a subscription called Circle, where we can continue along this life path together. It's been awesome sharing this information and seeing the excitement and results. That's why I put together this mini-series. I know these free videos have already made a big impact on many people who have been commenting, and maybe it's even helped you. Now, if you are interested in taking this even further and taking that next step, I've put together a monthly subscription called Circle. It's for a small group of people who are really committed and excited about moving into that woke, tuned in, turned on place of embraceable living that we all crave. Circle is a monthly snail mailing of a beautiful, uplifting screen print that's made right here in my screen print shop, along with a whole bunch of other empowering, connective things that will help you hop over those life obstacles and wind up just exactly where you dream to be. So I'll be opening the subscription tomorrow, and we'll enroll a bunch of new people, and then we'll have to close the registration so we can jump right into the program and get started. So be on the lookout for that email. My next video will be all about finding your embraceable life, and I'll have lots of details of the upcoming Circle subscription and how you can get started. So look for that video very soon. But in the meantime, I would love to hear from you. What have you learned? How is this mini-series impacting your life? And what questions or ideas do you have about living an embraceable life? Scroll down and tell me in the comment field below this video, or pop me an email, or comment on my Facebook page. Hit that like button if there is one. I'm trying, this technology is boggling me a little bit, but hopefully there's a like button you can hit. And most important, leave a comment for me. I've been reading every single one and responding to dozens of them, and I would love to hear from you. So I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for being here today.